the truth. Credit check, you not approved. BB King, I'm in love with the blues. Don't start me up, I got finishing moves. Look, salute when you see me. Slid through all the commotion, it's breaking news, they got an ad on TV. Popping out on them, I'm politicking, probably in a section where you not permitted. My honey's matching my Dodger fitted, playing all gold, ain't no stopping in it. Look, salute when you see me, I bought her a CC and that was her purse. Disgusting with do for a purse, disgusting with do for the clout. I'm one of the realest, the real ones could vouch. They thought I was done, but all I doubt, you gotta pay my next around. Salute when you see me. Put in the car to my runner gets you speedy. Still thugging like the days when they weren't here in my CD. Made it out of the trenches.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the New York Giants. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Trubisky. He'll buy some time right.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Trubisky. Escape. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. They'll set up a throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Inside the 40. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared, but I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Prescott. Flush to his right. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now a give here to Pollard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw taken in by Cooper here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. On play action, Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard. Touchdown! Tony Pollard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later, hey, it's game day again. But you have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game. We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup.
Now Trubisky lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky forced out to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead into another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Prescott now. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They just get the play off. Now Prescott. Sliding out of the pocket. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. First-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Austin Hooper. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point try good by Gano. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep.
And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line. After the interception, here's Trubisky. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. 30, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Now Myers for the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick in the game. Instead, 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. Flushed out right. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Pollard now with 1st down and more. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Mike 17. Mike 17. Here we go. Let's bring it.
Final play of the half. Prescott. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Pollard again. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. On is the punter, Hawk, as he gets this one away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, Parker. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Trubisky now down around his goal line. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taking it about the 36. Oh, he shifts past him. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he is caught by Lamb. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Play action now. Prescott. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. Extra point up and through by Myers. And they will take a 7-point lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Throwing here, Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. That ball caught by Slayton. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. Gano now to add the extra point. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And some room to maneuver. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Prescott off play action. Out to his left. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. On 2nd down, Pollard. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
112 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. They'll run on 1st down. Britt, and not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 2nd down now, Pollard. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Touchdown! Dalton Schultz, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. And the Cowboys are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And boy, figure this one out. Leading here in the fourth, and now they're going to try an onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Dancing to his left. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play there on the scramble. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will bump the lead up to 11. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Trubisky will throw. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
One last shot for Trubisky. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Right? Yeah, that's true. You've said that before.